Hey everybody, this is Quiet Man Gaming here, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I guess something that's a little bit closer to me. I decided to share my story of how I became a gamer and how it's affected me in my life. This is probably a story not many people are going to hear, but I feel like I needed to get it out there. Alright, now, as you see, this was their first game I ever played. This is the game that introduced me to gaming. Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Now, I was young when this came out, and it was my grandma that introduced this to me. She loved Mario, and I used to, watch her play and play with her. And I started playing Super Mario Brothers, and I started playing Duck Hunt, and I found it to be really fun. And it was like this thing that only, you know, me and my grandma had was Mario and this Nintendo game. I mean, that's why Nintendo is always gonna be very close to me, no matter what, and I will forever love Mario. Then, of course, we have Super Mario World. Now, this was my grandma's most favorite game of all time. And this is the one we had the most fun playing. Now, I didn't realize I would start getting emotional about this, but this is the game that really tied us together. We would sit there playing it for hours and hours and hours. And you fast forward to years later, and I mean years later, as in when the Nintendo Switch came out. And I was excited because I had actually finally got a Switch. And I went to show my grandma, and this was at the point she started not doing so good. And all she really wondered if it had Mario. That's that's like the only game she really knew was Mario. And as I said, this game right here will be the closest game to my heart forever. It's Super Mario World. I haven't had the chance to play the new Mario on Switch. I haven't been able to get it yet, but I will. And honestly, my grandma died a couple of years ago, and I haven't played a Mario game since then. So I think I have some sort of mental block towards playing a Mario game because even looking at the cover of this game now, it hits me really hardcore. And I don't want y'all to sit here and listen to me being emotional. This is just my gaming story. I promise it will get happier. This is just something I felt I needed to get out there. Now, this game right here brings back crazy memories. This is where I first discovered that I liked watching people play games. Now, don't get me wrong, I personally have never played this game because I was too afraid. I mean, look at the cover. That is freaking terrifying. But I had a family member who I've always felt extremely close to, and there was a point that I used to go and, stay at his house for the weekend or whatever. And, when he had this game, he'd be playing it at night in this dark room. And I remember feeling so much of the tension from the game just through watching him play it. And I was always amazed at how good he was at it and things like that. And I felt that I could actually get an experience from watching somebody play. And it was one of my favorite things to do, when he would play this game. Though, when it was time to go to bed, even though it was pitch black, I could swear to God I could still see this cover in the dark. It used to scare the crap out of me. And that's kind of where I got my love for, as I said, watching people play games. I mean, and you see now all these YouTubers doing it, and they're playing games for other people to watch, and it's a really big thing. So you gotta figure that I wasn't the only one. And gamers back then, we always felt kind of isolated and alone because there wasn't many gamers out there or people that were passionate about playing games. Now, I want to end this video by saying anybody who made it this far, thank you for listening to my short but emotional story. And I want to give one last heartfelt thank you to Nintendo. Although they will never ever see this, I believe that it's because of them that I'm still a gamer today. And I enjoy this mass multitude of games from all gaming companies. But most of all, they gave me time with my grandma that we spent together. We spent together playing these games, and I don't believe many people can say that their grandmas got them into gaming, but mine did. And from the very bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you, Nintendo. And I look forward to playing Mario, the new Mario on Switch, eventually. And thank you, everybody who listened to the end. You are the greatest people in the world. And if you enjoyed this little story in the slightest, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.